trồng rừng mà chùa sẽ đời nó nọ bây giờ cho nên một sai ilu công trình thua cho cái chân gà đồ vòng Mouanoutoua tụ ta tọt sơn đó chân sai được nó ta tọt Sibtw yếu là một city council rồi nhớ trò luôn trong Clovis, California nó nọ nó cũng muốn làm mấy bê sành trong lên đầu tủ tôi chân gà nữa mua chân sai tôi sáng chế là dễ mua tu hùng gạo tôi cháu xía mua nọ chữ tôi hải lụ chân gà nên đó bé mồm lòng cho lụ trần chân nhớ trộn đã cá nọ theo thầu cơ sẽ nửa món lụ trần chân đã chỉ pha đồ cho lụa
cho đại gia sĩ cho phong cho dư cho nên số tuần nữa trong sáng đầu nó ya inu chandu kaya trong sáng đầu nó biết tua vì ta we have a mission we come here to support Councilman Vong Mouanoutoua.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. To shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriot's dream that sees beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleam.
Thank you guys so much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Ưa cái tí tôi参加那Vong呢，也叫说到话，比较个tí说到话，对知道参加了Vong到Vong见样种的有怎么Vong呢？Vong's been doing a great job for us in the city of Clovis, and we look forward to additional years with him as leader. Okay.
I just want to say thank you for your service. Cú bỏ tao thì chỉ ở bên Vong sẽ họ mua tao lửa ba như support có thiệt. Thì cú xã hội thì mà xã hội trong bên Vong sẽ là những cái chuyện nó những cái tụi nó trên này trên Facebook là vote for Vong. He's a great man, and he's going to do our community a great service. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much. It's my honor to be here today amongst all of you. I apologize for my dress. I just finished up a Beautify Fresno event west of the 99 out there picking up litter and trash with about 100 and plus other people. So, and we do that every Saturday. And if you want to get involved in that, you go to beautifyfresno.org. You can sign up. We're cleaning up Fresno. We may even trickle over here to Clovis and clean up a little bit too. I want to just say it's an honor and a privilege to be here today. Vong is a longtime friend of mine, and it's easy to say good things about Vong. You know, when I ran for mayor, Vong made it a point to take me to various places, specifically in the Hmong community, introduced me to people, had me on Hmong radio a couple times, and interpreting for me. And he is such a great man. He's a family man. He's a godly man. He's an honest man. And he's somebody that I am proud to call a friend, and somebody that I am proud to support for Clovis City Council. You know, it's not easy to get police officers and firefighters to both support a candidate, but they both support Vong. And they support Vong for the same reasons I do, but I know for a fact that his heart is in the safety of a community. And that has got to be, and always should be, the foundation of any community. If our communities do not feel safe, then people are not going to go outdoors to shop, to eat, to allow their kids to walk to school or go play in the park. Public safety is paramount to all of our communities. And I know that Vong, at his heart, is safety of a community. You know, I also know that it's difficult to get some of your colleagues to support you, but he has. He's gotten his colleagues on the Clovis Council to support him. He's got, I can tell you, got former Police Chief Andy Hall here today who supports Vong, and so many other people in this community. Personally, I think it's going to be a landslide. However, it is important for you all to vote, to get out and vote. And I saw that in my election. I had so many people that said, "Oh, you're going to win easily. You don't need my vote," or I don't need to vote. No, we need every single vote. And so we want to encourage all of you to get out and vote. You don't even have to enter into the lottery that they have for the rally to win a prize. I've heard so much about that, but Vong already told me that I won the TV, so you don't even have to put your raffle ticket in. In all seriousness, I want to thank all of you, not only for coming out here today to support Vong, but for what you do in the community. I love the Hmong community. I love the culture. I love the food, and I love the people. And you have a good man right here in Vong Mouanoutoua, a friend of mine, the next continuing Clovis City Council member. God bless you. Thank you very much. Go get him, Vong.
Thank you for having me. And a lot of people say that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But Vong is the type of person who has started strong. He's served for 4 years, he's done a great job, but momentum is building, and you are a testament to that momentum. When I think of a phrase that would describe Vong, I think of bold humility. And I think about that term, and I might have even mentioned it to you last time I was here, but again, Vong is someone who's quiet, but he's also someone who has a command presence when he enters a room. He's not one who has to speak the most, but when he says something, the gravity of what he says is heavy. And that's the type of leader that Vong is. He's one who listens to all sides. He doesn't come into a situation and make up his mind right away. He wants to have the greatest perspective possible so he can make the greatest impact as your council person here in Clovis. Vong will continue to provide strong leadership as long as we put him back into office. So I challenge all of you to boldly go out into your neighborhoods and make sure that you tell your neighbors to vote for Vong. Thank you for having me today.
I honor Vong. He's the kind of people that we want here in Clovis. He is the person who should be elected, re-elected. He's done a great job, and through all your help, he will bring that to our council. Quiero decirles a todos que por favor salgan a votar este próximo martes para el señor Vong. Ha sido un concejal aquí de Clovis excelente. Él es un inmigrante como muchos de nosotros. Ha venido a este pueblo apoyando a todos los inmigrantes de esta gran ciudad. Él sabe lo que es sufrir llegando aquí como migrante, abriéndose paso con educación. Ha querido que su familia y su comunidad crezca con educación y con seguridad pública. y por lo tanto necesitamos a alguien como él en el Consejo de Clovis. Así que este próximo martes salgan a votar y voten por Vong. Gracias.
Today we're here for my good friend Vong Mouanoutoua. And I want to tell two stories about Vong because I think he's the right guy for the job. In about Thanksgiving time, when we were having an extreme problem with the healthcare system, Vong came to Supervisor Magzig and I and discussed an idea that he thought of in his head to help out the medical system. And he worked with us and took several meetings telling us about his vision to help the medical system. And it came to pass. Supervisor Magzig and I introduced it to the Board of Supervisors and we passed it. It never would have happened. It brought a lot of comfort to a lot of people. It never would have happened without Vong Mouanoutoua. It was his idea. So let's give him a hand for great ideas, okay? But I'll tell you, when it comes to electing the right people, I think Vong checks off all the boxes. He's a smart guy. That example that I just gave, that all came from him. Helped a lot of people. But he's also a man that seeks after God. He has faith. He has convictions. And it takes strong moral courage to govern, especially in the environment we're in now. And Vong checks off that box. And just as important to me is that he's got a heart that wants to help people. And that leads to the second story that I want to tell that happened about Christmas time. There was a Clovis business that was just opening, and Fresno County was lagging in their ability to get this business help to open. And Vong called me one night and said, "Hey Steve, we got to help this business. I mean, we've got to get this business up and making money." And I said, "Hey, what do you need, Vong? Can you meet with me? Can you help me get to the right people in the county?" And we were able to make that happen. And so again, Vong, it never would have happened if Vong hadn't said, "I've got to do something for this Clovis business." So he is a smart guy, he's a man of faith, and he asks, and he's got a heart to ask for help for the people. So I know that we're all here for Vong today, but I'm going to ask that as you go home later today, and would you please be bold enough to talk to your neighbor and ask them to support Vong Mouanoutoua with their vote by Tuesday. Thanks a lot, Vong. Thank you for having me today. Enjoy your afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. I didn't come to really speak today. I just came to support Vong. You know, I've had over almost 42 years of law enforcement experience, and during that time you get to be a pretty good judge of character. And during my years as a chief of police of Fresno, it was a difficult year last year, most of you know that. And my friend Vong was always there for me. He was always there to give me advice, and mostly he was just there to be my friend. And that says a lot about that man. I found him to be honorable. He has strong family values, strong community values, and I think he's a very special person. You know, I didn't do any endorsements as the chief of police, and I didn't even endorse my friend Jerry Dyer because of my position with the police department. So this is actually my first endorsement of any politician, and I'm proud that it's Vong because he is a good friend. I want to thank you for inviting me. God bless, and get out and vote.
Good morning or good afternoon and welcome to Clovis. Today I've heard English, Hmong, Spanish, and now I'm going to throw a little German at you. Guten Tag, mein Name ist Bessinger. Ich bin der Bürgermeister aus Clovis. And that's about all the German I'm going to throw at you. I met Vong several years ago when he was on the Planning Commission and I worked for the police department. 4 years ago, when I ran for public office the first time, Vong and I met for coffee. We were both going to be running in the same race, but I wanted to make sure that we weren't running head to head because I had a a great deal of respect for Vong, and I didn't want either him not to serve, nor did I want him to take me out. So we ran in separate races, and fortunately for the community, Vong was elected. Vong is the most prepared council member that we have. He asks the correct questions, he always has the right answers, and he asks for guidance when he needs to. Our community is better because of Vong, and that's one of the reasons we need to keep him in office.
Well, I'm Stephen Fogg. I'm on the Clovis School Board. Anyone here go to Clovis Unified? Anyone goes to Clovis Unified Schools? Anyone here? So let me tell you something about Clovis. When many people move to Clovis because of the schools. They want their kids going to Clovis Unified Schools. But then once their kids graduate, they stay in Clovis because of the lifestyle. It's because of the safety, because of what Clovis is and how they feel about their community. I think and elections have consequences, and I think it's important to put the right people on school boards and the right people in city councils. A couple things that you may or may not know about Clovis Unified. Let me tell you a couple things. Number one, we have majority of our students are back on campus. Every student that wanted to go on campus is now going back on campus at least sometime. A lot of people. Second thing, all of our teachers, all of our staff have been in the classroom since the first of the year. Now you hear a lot of, and these teachers are there, they're working. You don't hear a lot about them in the news because they're putting their time in to do what they can with this pandemic. This pandemic has destroyed a lot of the education of our kids. And one thing that we are trying to open up, and we cannot open up our schools safely without the support of all of our local leaders. Vong has always been a man that we could call on, we knew supported us, and always has spoken out the importance of education, importance of opening our schools, and that's going to be happening. The vaccinations are coming. We have a lot of elected leaders that you've heard from today have been very instrumental in getting vaccinations to our teachers and getting our schools open. I want to thank them. Thank you for being here, and get out the vote.
Vong is one of the most high caliber people that I know. And I want to tell a story. One time Vong and I was in a meeting with Vong and a few other of my colleagues, and we asked him, he was helping us, and we asked him, for helping us, what can we do in return, And he said something to this effect. I'm misquoting him, but after he said that to me, I started creating this phrase. So he said that he doesn't expect anything but for us to be the best version of ourselves. And I just want to say today that Vong, you are that example of the best version of yourself. We're both refugees that came here to the United States, and we are the product of this democracy. And all the young people here, I know you have Facebook, I know you have social media. I challenge you to be the best version of yourself. I challenge you to tweet, I challenge you to repost, I challenge you to share, okay? I challenge all of you to flood social media with Vong's campaign, okay? And be the best version of yourself, so that when we become the best version of ourselves, we're able to set an example for our futures. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm very honored to be here, and thank you for your time.
nhớ rong xuyên gió là nhớ rong ta siêu đồ bay trong nhiệt gì cứ tin chạm mong cho đợi nhớ thông trổ hồ bê lu lồng tia là Fresno County, specifically Clovis. Xong na cú ấy xong bên nhớ trổ pandemic bay chơi cứ tin mong thì là si thông sẽ công chủ chỉ tàu và cả tàu ilu fundraiser law cho nó trổ bay tu mong lúc si hở nên là một sĩ từ và nào một chữ nhớ trò tới chấm cả dòng xe tập bỏ cho tua trong hôm nọ và tua support council member Vong Mouanoutoua. I am pleased and honored to be here this morning and now this afternoon. Council Vong Mouanoutoua is a proven leader who really understand what community means. Because of his background and history as a refugee, he understands not only the refugee story, but the immigrant story, which is the backbone of this country. His support, leadership, and compassion has no boundaries. This is evident with the mass shooting in 2019. It was a senseless shooting in Fresno, California. We lost 4 lives, with dozens of families destroyed and devastated the Central Valley community on November 17, 2019. Councilmember Vong Mouanoutoua did not hesitate to immediately meet with the victim's family and help with uniting our community, an elected official, in starting the healing process. It is a wonderful thing to advocate for the sake of your community. It can also be very empowering. I've learned this watching and observing Councilmember Vong Mouanoutoua. President Kennedy once said, "What we need in the United States is not violence or lawlessness, but love and wisdom and compassion towards one another and a feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our community." Through countless hours and stories that he shares with the elders seeking help at the Fresno Center, I witnessed Council Mouanoutoua help hundreds of our Hmong elders feel important and feel included in this country and also in this community. Vong continued to volunteer and take part every year in the Southeast Asian Education Journey to Success Conference at Fresno State as either a guest speaker or a workshop facilitator. He continues to empower, inspire, and help cultivate our youth to appreciate and understanding their identity and to become self-sufficient and productive members of their community. As a community leader, I too understand the importance of community voices and our rights as a human being, but most importantly, our voices as an American. It is our human right to become educated and to understand what's going on in this world. As leaders, we have the ability to help young people advocate and use human rights as a foundation for better access to education, opportunities, and better quality of life. Councilmember Mouanoutoua is a leader of today and a maker of tomorrow for the city of Clovis and for all of us. Please continue to support and vote for Councilmember Vong Mouanoutoua. Thank you. God bless all of us and God bless America.
Now, Jean, thank you everybody for having me here. Jay Vert from local community of Clovis. Regardless of race, religion, creed, or sex, we're all here together tonight to unite for one focus, to make sure our way of life continues, with Vong as one of our council members who has supported us continuously, especially through a hard moment of COVID. I'm sure we all cringe when we hear this term, because with this term, we feel the pain and struggle that it entails. The uphill treacherous journey it brings for our family and friends, the local infrastructure, and our businesses. But what this last year's worth of battles has also showed us is how necessary it is to be able to pivot and adapt in an ever-changing climate. From struggle, we obtain strength, and with courage, which Councilmember Mouanoutoua portrays gracefully, his pride in our city and passion for our local businesses not only survive but thrive has shown in his service in the last 4-year term, and most recently during the trials and tribulations of COVID. While this pandemic shook us to the core, his boots was to the ground, pushing to support safe reopening of our businesses. He continued with his community service to all communities, not just his own, and supported our backbone to the city, our local businesses. As a local family, small business owner, farmer, and a fellow immigrant, council member Mouanoutoua has a Vork family's unconditional support, and as a community, we must support this forward momentum of a great leader. Let's continue our Clovis way of life and vote and re-elect council member Mouanoutoua for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if anybody has told you this yet, but you all look really beautiful out there. Has anybody told you that? You're welcome. You're welcome. I haven't had a great opportunity to integrate into the Hmong community as much as I would like, but I go to the Hmong New Year periodically, and I missed it this year. I think a lot of us missed it this year. So it's just really great to see that we have almost our own little celebration of the Hmong community here today in Clovis. I'm wondering if maybe we should make that an annual event as well. Hey, so I hope that you've heard a lot of great words about Vong, and the repetition of it isn't because we're trying to bore you. The repetition comes as a result of us really having an opportunity to know who Vong Mouanoutoua is and the quality of an individual he is. As a colleague of Vong's on the Clovis City Council, I've had a wonderful opportunity to kind of see him at work. He is incredibly intelligent. He gets to the details, which a lot of us don't pay a lot of attention to, but he does. And he's very humble and gentle when he's trying to communicate a point. I think that in Clovis, I can tell you that we're very proud of Vong. And we certainly want to make sure that you all send him back for another term. Because I can't tell you how important it is for us to get somebody like Vong still serving the citizens of the city of Clovis. We need him. Please return him to us. All right, God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, thank you, Vong, for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be here to kind of rally people up for you. I want to say that Vong and I met a couple of years ago through a mutual friend. And it was really easy to kind of click with them because we had the same mindset. We both believed and had a passion for helping our communities. And through our PACE program, Vong's been integral to help us provide services and give back to our healthcare workers. And it's been a blessing working with you. But when I think of Vong, I mean, three big things come to mind. Number one is he's an ambassador. He's an ambassador for the people. And I don't know if many of you know, but the Mouanoutoua name, the lineage goes very far back, and it stands for respect, for community, and really just for honesty, and those are the attributes that Vong continues to push forward today in all of our communities, not just Clovis, but Fresno and all abroad. So it's just a never-ending process that Vong continues to push for. Secondly, Vong is a genuine human being. He genuinely loves the community. He loves what he does. He loves the city of Clovis. And I think that everything that he does, he puts 1,000% into. And it's just really heartfelt to see him drive things from start to finish. And he's never asked for anything back in return. And so with that, it's a huge piece of respect that I have for you. And thirdly, Vong, when I think of Vong, I think of the word trust. Not very many people I could count on one hand that I could say I trust, and Vong is one of them. And I say that because, airplane, but I say that because, I've seen the work and the dedication that Vong puts into not just the city of Clovis, not just the community, not just Fresno, but all around. And he does it with a consistent effort every single time. And his drive, his focus is bar none. And with that, I think that you should too trust in Vong and give him your vote, because he will make the difference. He will continue to make the difference in the city of Clovis. And I'm so proud to be a part of the city of Clovis myself. And let's continue to put forward the right person in the right seat so that we can grow. And within the next year or so, I want to see more of our Hmong population here in Clovis. I want to see this tenfold. And it starts with Vong. He's really our ambassador. He's the most genuine human being that I know. And he has my trust. And let's give your trust into Vong going forward for 2021 and onwards. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a true pleasure and honor to be here to support my dear friend Vong. He is a great man. He's an honest man. He has provided his support to the Clovis Police Officers Association throughout his time as being one of our strong council members, and we want to continue to support him. He stands by us every day. He maintains a open line of communication, constantly checking in with me, asking if there's anything that he can do to support us or if anything that the department needs. So that's important that law enforcement has a strong working relationship with their local political leaders because without that, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we can in our community. We want to continue to maintain a safe community, the safest city in the valley. And if we don't have that relationship with our council members, we won't be able to provide that to our community members. So thank you. Tell your friends, your neighbors, get out there and vote. Vong has been doing a great job, and we want to continue to keep him on our council. So thank you, and go get him, Vong.
Because now we openly show how much we love the women in our community. Okay? No longer will we eat men first, women second. Because it is the woman who is leading us. You guys are going education so high. So whatever you do, remember them. Okay? Your parents don't come and say, I love you, Lulu. No. Their love you is work hard. Yeah, just come back, give you something, pick you up, drop you back home. And so those are the things of love. Mom's word of love is, Shaya. That's love. No one will say that to you because they care for you, okay? And you work hard. One day, you will be the one that's speaking up. Each one of you. You'll be beautiful. You'll be a good leader, okay? All of you. So use this, the dancing, as a way to make you bold and strong, not afraid to express yourself. Always be out there. And if anyone ever makes fun of you saying that, oh, or you tell them, come talk to me. Yeah, because those people can't do what you're doing. Okay? And so they love you, we support you. Okay? I am your brother. And wherever you go, oh, yeah, Councilman Mouanoutoua, you're my brother. And you always say that because Hmong is brother, sister, thiaj, okay? And so I love you. Thank you for coming out, okay? God bless you guys. Whatever you guys need, tell your parents to reach out to me. What y'all don't make y'all now see na. Pe to shinji le na sila. Talk your show from come on to make your minua ka. Te fulo me to ske shilu la polo la inu me atao ya zanji de ke minua na. Po yo minua mi ka che po yo chicho le pe oh. And so Oshalu, they're good kids. I teach the Fresno State. I know how good they are. And so boy, you're good kids, so they're going to be good for all of you. And so, thank you again, okay?
Amazing! Thank